This project began through Quality Bicycle Products, where our motto is every butt on a bike. And this is just one of the ways where we've been able to accomplish that. And we're happy to see everybody here today. For the future of mountain biking, really here on the East Coast, there just aren't any more mountains popping up. So, our opportunities are county parks and city parks and green spaces just like this. And we've been able to work together with officials from the city, the county, and others to develop this project. And we're happy to say that we're going to open up the trail network this Saturday. We're having an opening event in Paxtang near the entrance to the Paxtang Parkway, and hopefully everybody can come out. This kind of trail facility really puts, the city of Harrisburg on par with places like Philadelphia and Richmond that have extensive trail networks. And I think that, give it a year or so, and I think ours will be even better than theirs. So we appreciate everything that everybody's done to help us along the way. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been involved and applaud everybody for thinking forward and considering future generations when we look at looking for new recreational opportunities. So that being said, I'm going to pass along to Katie Sandow from the Lancaster County Solid Waste Management Authority.
Thank you, Nick. And thank you for bringing the beautiful weather, everyone. I mean, what an awesome way to open a trail. People often ask us, what does a waste authority have to do with trails, and why do we get involved? And for us as a solid waste authority, our mandate is to manage the municipal solid waste for Lancaster and Dauphin counties. And we do that managing close to 1 million tons every year and generating enough renewable energy to power about 45,000 homes. So what is that connection to trails and to parks and to the excitement of opening a trail like today? Well, believe it or not, between our 4 facilities and all the properties that we owned, we have about 1,000 acres of land. And our philosophy is that land can serve a dual purpose. One purpose is it can serve as the host to one of our sites, like the Susquehanna Resource Management Complex, where every day we take close to 800 tons of trash and we combust it and we make electricity. But when opportunities arrive where we can give back to the Harrisburg community and the regional community, and when we are approached by SAMBA to say, we have this exciting project and there's a portion of the trail, and is it possible to go onto your property? Of course our response is yes, as long as it makes sense, because we believe that our land and our resources can be used for the betterment of the community, for the residents, and also for visitors. So we were so excited to be involved with this, and I'd also like to recognize John Reitinger, who is the facility director at the SRMC, and it's him and his crew who daily collaborate with SAMBA and also Kaga to really bring this project to fruition. So thanks for the invitation, and we were happy to be a part of it.
All right, next up we have Tim Poole from the Capital Area Greenbelt Association.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, everybody, for being here today on a beautiful day on the Capital Area Greenbelt. I will say personally, I did not have much, if anything, to do with these trails, so thanks to everyone who has done that work. I know all the blood, sweat, and tears that go into building trails, so again, thanks for all that effort. Second one of these events that I've had the privilege of attending in the past week or two. Recently, we also did a trail opening of a trail extension into Susquehanna Township. And just 2 common threads I wanted to mention with that event. One, there was a lot of talk there about partnership. That was a partnership between the Greenbelt Association, Susquehanna Township, Dauphin County, and various others. And obviously what's being accomplished here today is another wonderful example of partnership between the Greenbelt Association, SAMBA, the city, Paxtang Borough, other municipalities, other partners, which is absolutely what has to happen for us to accomplish our mission. The second thing I would mention is the number of times I heard in that previous event speakers refer to the Greenbelt as a community asset. I think it's absolutely wonderful that we are finally being acknowledged as that. That is definitely what the Greenbelt is. Today is another example. These new trails are another example of that. We're bringing a new user base, a new base of support to the Greenbelt, and that's a great thing. So thank you all for your work.
Thanks, Tim. Next will be Mr. Bob Johnson, Chair of the Susquehanna Area Mountain Bike Association.
I'm just going to ask my students to come up here too. I'm sort of representing two roles. So I want to represent SAMBA and thank Nick, Jason, Chris. We have some of our board here for all the work they've done. It's amazing what they've done. And I brought some students. I'm also a Milton Hershey teacher. Brought some students with me because they've worked both on the Greenbelt and the trails. And it's been fun when you talk about a partnership to see the work that we've been able to do with the Greenbelt and their incredible staff, and with Nick and his group to get some of this built and get some work done. So again, Nick, thank you, and it's been amazing. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right. Okay, next up, Mayor John Nanoski, Borough of Paxton.
Thank you, Nick, and it's a pleasure to be here. And just to echo some of the comments, the Greenbelt is a community resource. It's wonderful for most of us, or many of us, in Dauphin County, and it's great when everybody can work together to enhance such a resource. Whether you want to just go for a jog, a walk, or a mountain bike ride now, which is tremendous. So anything that can be done to enhance those resources and to do so collectively and as a group, which is nice, since sometimes it always doesn't happen where people work together. So this is certainly another example of when municipalities and groups get together to work towards a common goal, good stuff happens, and this is tremendous. So congratulations, thank you for what you're doing for all of Dauphin County and the local communities, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks.
Okay, last but not least, Honorable Mayor Eric Papenfuse, City of Harrisburg.
You. Well, it is a real honor to be here today. I can safely say that one of the reasons that I love living in Harrisburg is the capital area Greenbelt, and the fact that on the one hand we can be in the midst of an urban capital city on the banks of the Susquehanna, and within just a few short minutes from just about anywhere we can be out in a beautiful natural setting like this. You know, the Parkway system, we're on a portion of the Greenbelt called the Parkway, grew out of the City Beautiful movement, which was the movement of the turn of the century in Harrisburg to beautify our streetscapes, create our interlocking park system, and make it possible for people at that time to journey by car or by carriage around the city. The Greenbelt has built on that legacy, and now SAMBA today is building on it even further. If we look to our right, we can see the trail, and I had the pleasure of just walking on a little portion of the end of the trail, and you can see it snaking up along the hillside. A great many hundreds of hours, volunteer hours, went into clearing this trail, and everyone who participated I want to thank, because this truly is an asset to the community. I know as a fact that there are people that come from all over the country to visit the capital area Greenbelt and to take part in our wonderful park system that we have here. I've been told by many that it does rival the similar trail systems that you do see in cities like Richmond and elsewhere. It's a real jewel. It's probably something that we need to do even more to promote, especially from a tourism standpoint. And I think all that SAMBA has done in this trail system will help us get that word out even more. So others have already said that it does also represent an extraordinary inter-municipality cooperation. Because although Harrisburg has the majority of the land, it also goes through Paxton Borough and Susquehanna Township. And none of this would be possible without the cooperation of all those municipal entities, as well as the volunteer organizations that sort of undergird that. But we can think of the capital area Greenbelt and these trails as literally encircling the city of Harrisburg, tying the city to the region as a whole, and bringing us all together fundamentally rooted in our natural landscape, which is why the Capitol is here in the first place. So I'm very excited, and I think, without further ado, we're going to do something unprecedented. We are going to have a ribbon cutting, but we are going to use the very tools that were utilized to clear the trail and blaze the path for future generations.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey!
Hey! There it is! We pronounce the trails open. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.